At the confluence of the three rivers is Acrisure Stadium. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey guys, the Panthers head coach told me pregame, even though their opponent today is not ranked in the top 25, coach has been warning his players all week. Do not overlook anyone. We have to be the best version of ourselves today. I'll keep you posted on how it's going at halftime. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now the Panthers offense will go to work first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses a defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Guys, let's talk for just a second about Pittsburgh. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
Fires to the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And when you start to develop a feel as a tight end that you can feel the zones and the holes, man, you start to become unstoppable. Nice job. QB on the same page, sees his tight end break towards the sidelines, finds the hole in the zone, delivers a strike. Nice completion, nice communication there without saying a word.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Second down, gonna throw it. Here comes the heat. He sacked this defense all over him.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Turns it upfield. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's fourth down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. So the Florida State Seminoles offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And here's Quintravion Wisener. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Handoff to the lone back. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Got the first down. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
And they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. They got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop.
The handoff. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Out wide left, it's Yates. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move and looking deep. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And this offense coming out slow, man. It's kind of frustrating because you had that bye week last week. What do? You go back and self-scout, look at yourself. What can I do better? And then you come out in the first quarter and you're not playing great out the gates. They got to find themselves in a little rhythm, knock off some of that bye week rust.
The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Going to the ground. There he goes. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
The Seminoles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Drops back, it's Daniels. Timed it perfectly to knock him free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Noles come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. A designed run for the quarterback. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Final play of the quarter coming. Out wide right, it's Boggs. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He leaves it with the back. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick completion to the right. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, no! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up for the PAT. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently, does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Panthers offense comes out ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, looking for a man. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Lee. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. They've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
That screen just never got set up, and they're lucky they didn't turn it over.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Left side, it's Knight. Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Absolutely perfect. It's our force to settle for the field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Bunch formation for these receivers. Leaves it with the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Right side, it's Robinson. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Offense getting set for first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Wants to go up top on second down. Back's got it on the screen. Turning it on. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Riles.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Might as well give it to him again. Maybe a crease. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Out wide left, it's Riles. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it on first and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Calls his own number. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt. Pitt calls it second timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. Sets his feet. It's Daniels. Striving for the goal line. Loose football. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person... to fumble for the offense is the fumbler. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line?
Trying to get behind the defense. Upstairs, he's got it. Into the house. Touchdown, Panther.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Let's go to the sideline at Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Seminoles sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
To the air, it's Daniels. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He's got it. It's a catch along the sideline. Didn't need much, but got enough. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Caught on the RPO. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Laterals it back. Rushes on. They're working that left side. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and As every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Dead center perfect. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We begin with the Ohio Bobcats taking on the Miami University Redhawks.
Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Back to pass, it's Daniels. Reels it in. At the 35, he's open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Seminoles peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. From the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
They're going to ride this running back. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Caught behind the line. It's Boggs. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Left side, it's Wiles. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Tight end now in motion. Second down to the air. Out wide right, it's Kent. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Motion from the wide receiver. Drops back on first down. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. The Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Out wide left, it's Lee. Open spaces. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, they came into this one as the favorite, obviously, and they looked like they were sleepwalking in that first half. Whatever adjustments they made in the second half, I think one thing's pretty simple. David, they remembered who they were. Offensively now, they've come out. They've been electrifying. They've been lighting up the scoreboard. Defensively, getting the football back. This was the team we thought we were going to see at the very start of the game.
Man, it's so hard week to week, man. So many challenges, injuries, all the things that come with it. Getting guys motivated, right? Like sometimes they just don't have that energy. Good to see them come out after the half with the energy, with the urgency. This is the squad we thought we were going to see.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Daniels. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
And, man, you got to love the way the defense just took this field. Like, off. Cuts into the lead, and they had some juice, some energy, flying around, being physical, everybody getting to the football, and now forcing the punt, and a chance to give the ball back to their offense to do some damage.
Pittsburgh sends out the offense to start this drive. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. One guy, two guy, three guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Offense in a bunch formation. From the gun, running back on the move.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Handoff again. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
This game is decided as we check out the Week 11 scoreboard. Top 12 teams in the country. Of course, all of these teams playoff contenders. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Pulls it on the option. Touchdown Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he added the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Pitt Panthers offense out there to go on the attack. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. First play of this drive. Holds on, it's Yates. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Panthers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on 2nd down. Needed a little more oomph to get it there. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Under pressure. Being chased. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. You want to be physical on defense, but too much grabbing. They got him for the hold. It's 1st and 10. It's picked off, and that's number 10. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they They said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rides to the back. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the Pittsburgh sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Unloads to the wideout. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His 2nd big game-changing play in this football game.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
2nd down, gonna throw it. spits it out to the back. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. And the Panthers headed quickly to the line. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
That's just not going to get it done, David. At this point of the game, you're trailing. You've got to pick up the urgency, and this offense is going to have to get more aggressive throwing downfield.
They're going to have to take shots, but I know that, right? The defense knows that. I'm going to stay deep, and I'm going to let you complete all these passes underneath because the clock running is my friend.
They're all over it. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is trying to do.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Unloads it left. Finds his man. It's Lee. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. From the red zone, looking for a man. Snagged in the middle. It's Turner. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. He's looking to pass. Rush right in his face. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Pitt calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. From the gun, wants to pass. Look out! He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Defense in press coverage. Here comes the heat. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. With yet another unranked team taking